everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the long anticipated Wicked for Good film. It's finally out, so part 2 has finally been released. As a long-time fan of Wicked, the musical, I was thrilled as soon as this film was released in theaters. I went opening weekend, and it was so great to finally see the rest of the story on screen. I actually reviewed the first Wicked film when it was released last year, so if you want to take a look at that video, I'll leave a link right up here so you can check that out. Okay, so I kind of have a lot to say about this film, so I am going to have to probably refer to my phone for a little bit during this video because I have a lot of notes that it took. But okay, anyway, so I do want to warn you guys that this video does have some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, you might want to skip this video, or you can watch it, whatever you want to do, but it's up to you. But also, I mean, regarding the spoilers, I will try to warn you ahead of time, just so, you know, you can kind of skip over certain parts of the video. If you want to watch part of this review, you can. So first of all, the costume and set design in this film was phenomenal. It was gorgeous, whimsical, and really fit well in the story. So I really want to commend the costume designer, Paul Toswell. He has actually won a bunch of awards in the past for work on Broadway and in the film industry. Glinda's wardrobe effectively accentuated her buoyant and sunny playfulness, and Elphaba's dress really complemented her mystical, defiant spirit. And thanks to her wardrobe, Elphaba stands out against the backdrop of green sets that form the Emerald City in an impressive way that draws the audience to her even more. Paul did an amazing job. So now to the production design. So the production design was created by Nathan Crowley, and it's basically an amalgamation of Art Deco, steampunk, and Gothic design, and I found it really impressive and creative. So the color palette really evokes like a mystical, fantastical feel, almost dreamlike, which really suits the world of Oz well. Alright, so now on to the direction. So Jon M directed the first Wicked film. He also directed the second Wicked film. And overall, I think that he did a wonderful job bringing this magical world to life. And I mean, each song was beautifully integrated into each scene of the film for the most part. We'll get to that in a little bit, but yeah. And the screenwriters did a fantastic job. Their names are Winnie Holzman and Dana Fox, and they did a fantastic job as well. They really did a great job with character and just creating the film version of this musical. And they also added some plot elements and certain scenes to this movie, along with additional music, and that really helped the audience even immerse themselves further in the story and really helped kind of fill in some, I don't want to say like plot gaps, but just like additional plot and background elements for each character. And it really, like I said, just really added to the story and helped immerse the audience even further into this world of Oz. So I think the additions to the musical in the film version were a fantastic idea on the team's part. Yeah, and one specific song that really impressed me was the one that Elphaba sings with the animals, and I really think that that helped kind of clarify her emotions and motives for this story, and just helped further explain who Elphaba is as a character. So that scene in particular, I think was extremely powerful for the audience. And I mean, in this movie too, I think that Ariana and Cynthia, their chemistry was still really strong. They did a phenomenal job portraying the friendship between Glinda and Elphaba. Their friendship really radiates beautifully on screen. However, I do have one criticism. So there's some moments in part 2, so in Wicked for Good, where certain line delivery was changed. So there were moments in the stage musical that certain lines were used as moments of comedy that heightened the conflict between Elphaba and Glinda. And some of those moments and lines were changed in the movie version, and they were delivered in a way that was more subtle and kind of warm, almost kind of cute, instead of comical and like witty. And so because of that, I think that it did somewhat cause the conflict between Elphaba and Glinda to falter at certain points, because it became less about a misunderstanding and of each other and their motives, and more about the conflict, became more about the fact that Fierro chooses Elphaba over Glinda instead of just the intricacies of their characters and how they clash. So, I don't know. There were some choices like that I wasn't very impressed with, but I don't know. I guess it's open to opinion, obviously. But yeah. But yeah, so basically this change in line delivery causes the conflict between Elphaba and Glinda to change from being about Elphaba's choice to rebel and Glinda's choice to kind of side with the wizard, to the conflict of Fierro choosing Elphaba over Glinda. So, which I find it to be a bit shallow. So, yeah, I think the conflict, I think the conflict in the film becomes a little more shallow due to this change in line delivery. But again, like I said, it's all a matter of opinion. Then we have the moment where, I don't know, anyway, so guys, then we have the moment where Elphaba and Fierro are finally together, and they sing As Long As You're Mine. So, okay. This is the part where I'm like, Jon M. what were you doing? Please, no, okay? I was just like, what is happening? Essentially, that is what I thought the entire time. Because, look, Elphaba doesn't even look at Fierro. For basically the entire song. And I'm just kind of like, okay, I get it. You're saying that Elphaba feels guilty and just trying to hide her feelings and not embrace them because she feels guilty that she, basically stole Fierro from Glinda. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You're trying to be a good friend. But that doesn't match the lyrics of the song. And it was driving me nuts. I'm like, look, they're supposed to be longing for each other and yearning for each other. And at this moment, you should see some sort of romantic chemistry between these two people. And you don't. I mean, she's singing about wanting him, and she's like, go away, don't touch me. And she's looking out the window. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just personally me. But I feel like that decision caused their chemistry and their love for each other to not be believable. Those blackened choices. I'm sorry, but I'm just not a fan. Wasn't a fan. I understand the motives behind it, and I think it was a very unique choice, and it might have worked. Well, actually, I think it would have worked if the lyrics of the song were different and the message of the song was different. And because the song is written the way it was, it just doesn't work. And then they inserted a line from Fierro where he says, that he thinks Elphaba was beautiful, and that's like where they finally, you know, come towards each other. But like that moment, it just felt awkward. Like the pacing didn't work. It felt very forced because there was like a break in the song where there shouldn't be. I don't know. It was just odd to me. But yeah. Okay, so then we all have this other moment that I think everyone's talking about online. And that is a choice for, okay, this is a spoiler. Big spoiler. So if you want to fast forward, please feel free to do so. So basically in the stage musical, we all know that Elphaba reads a spell out of the Grimoire that allows her sister Nessarose to walk. Okay. And now in the movie version, Nessarose doesn't walk, she flies. Which I think was a really unique and really cool choice. I think that it's important that, like, as an audience, we see that, you know, Nessarose is still a very strong, unique woman, whether or not she is disabled. It doesn't matter. You can still be a strong person. You can be evil. You can be good. It doesn't matter whether or not you have a disability, if you're able to walk or not. And I think it's interesting. It was a very interesting choice. Now, my only criticism is that I think that because this was changed, a very important piece from the musical was removed, which is the fact that Nessarose is grappling with internalized ableism. And she thinks that because she's disabled, no one will love her. And she thinks that that's why Bach doesn't love her. And so I think that when she walks in the stage musical, she learns that her disability had nothing to do with the fact that Bach didn't love her. He just didn't love her because she was evil and wasn't a good person. It had nothing to do with her disability. Sorry, my camera randomly decided to stop recording. Not really sure why, but anyway. Yeah, basically, I think it's important that it's shown in films that disability doesn't need to be fixed and that it is something that people live with every day. But I think that it's also interesting how that character trait and that inner conflict was basically removed from the musical due to this new choice of having Nessarose fly instead of walk. So, I don't know, I think that's just something to think about, because I don't really think that Wicked was ever ableist, and I made a video about why I think that up above here. I will link that for you to take a look at. But yeah, I think that was kind of the motive behind making this change, and I think it's important that we do showcase characters kind of dealing with this inner conflict of their dislike of their own body and working through that and realizing that, you know, disability isn't a trait that encompasses all of you, that there's more to you than just being disabled. And I think that that is something that Nessarose grapples with, like I said, in the stage musical, and that's kind of removed. The inner conflict is removed in the movie version. So yeah, I don't know, just something to think about. But yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are on Wicked for Good below in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you have a phenomenal day, and I will see you next time. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye, guys. Sorry, my camera randomly decided to stop recording. Not really sure why, but anyway.